All right, previously I showed you guys my new phone. It is the OnePlus 7 Pro. I got it in a clear case now that comes with the phone. I definitely have some more details to talk to you guys about, so let's get into it. It's the review. When I first picked up the OnePlus 7 Pro, the first thing I noticed was the weight. It's definitely heavier than my old Samsung S8, which, newsflash right now, just an FYI, I'm gonna be comparing this phone to my Samsung S8 a lot throughout this review because that is the phone that I'm coming from. It may not be the phone that has the equivalent price of the OnePlus 7 Pro now, but back when it first came out, they were pretty much the same price. So I'm going to be comparing it quite a lot throughout the review. I'll try not to make that too annoying for you guys. The second thing I noticed besides the weight was the screen. It is a 6.7-inch AMOLED 1440p screen, and it is very good. Also, the bigger screen made a noticeable difference in my games because I was able to now help do the on-screen controls a lot easier because I had more real estate to work with, and the controls didn't seem to get in the way as much as it did on my smaller Samsung S8. I would love to tell you that the on-screen fingerprint reader is awesome and all that. It only looks awesome. In actual using it every single day, the physical home button that my Samsung S8 has and that many other phones have is definitely faster and more accurate. With the on-screen fingerprint reader, it does open up pretty quickly when it does detect my finger correctly, which is most of the time. But those few times that it doesn't actually detect my fingerprint and I have to tap 2 or 3 times sometimes to get it to open, it's pretty annoying, honestly. It doesn't break my whole experience. It's just one little frustration that I have with this phone. And just to something to note, I do have a glass protector on this phone. Whether the protector was on there or not didn't make much difference. Of course, with the options that you're getting from that Oxygen OS that's riding on top of Android 9 with this phone is you also get a little bit more controls when it comes to the screen. You have the ability to calibrate the screen. You can adjust the refresh rate, yes, from 90 hertz down to 60 hertz if that is your preference. Can't imagine you doing that at any given time, but you can do that. You can adjust, you can calibrate the screen, you can adjust the colors, and you can adjust the refresh rate, so you can really make it a phone that's more suitable for your day-to-day lifestyle. Talking about games, this gaming mode that OnePlus has set up here is good. It optimizes the phone, make sure that you get the best experience when gaming. However, any mode that immediately disables all notifications and text and phone calls included, so that they do happen, that you just do not get notified about them. They don't interrupt with your gaming. Seems like a great idea until you actually put it into use. I really don't think turning that on by default is a great thing for the user. My wife thought that my phone was broken because she was texting me, calling me, and I was not getting any of those notifications because the game mode was on and I was playing a game at the time. Thankfully, I was able to quickly, adjust that in the settings. There's an option to adjust how you want those notifications to come in. So I was able to turn all that stuff off and keep the optimization while getting my notifications in, and of course, keep me off the couch. Talking about that, about Android 9 and Oxygen OS, it moves so smooth. This has been said many times in other reviews, and I'm not sure if it's just the 90 hertz screen, which of course probably does add a lot to that smooth experience that I'm talking about as you're swiping back and forth between the different screens, as you're pulling the notification up and down, as you're pulling up your app drawer. All these things are just a little bit smoother on the OnePlus. And of course, yes, the 90 hertz screen does play into it, but also all the other specs that we talked about back in my unboxing video is making up for that. You pretty much have the latest specs running in this phone, and it definitely shows. The phone is snappy, it's fast, the memory works very well. I'm able to keep multiple games open, and I'm able to jump back in between them all the time. I'm able to close them for a little bit and come back, and they haven't restarted on me. Everything just works so well. And the Oxygen OS is very light, very smooth. It's not an ugly skin at all. I think it's just perfect. Another frustration I had with the S8 was the texting. in the notification area. That is the quick replies. So when you pull down a notification, do your quick reply, the characters limit was just too low to really use that the way I wanted to. If I put any single emoji in there, I pretty much maxed out the character limits somehow with the S8. Not a problem here on the OnePlus. Thank God I can actually pull down notification, do a proper quick reply without having to worry about hitting the character limit. It is perfect. That is exactly how I want it to. It's not a big deal. I know it isn't, but that's just something I want to put in here because that annoyed the crap out of me. When it comes to the battery, we have 4,000 milliamp hour battery in this phone. It's very good. It usually lasts me all day, no matter what I'm doing, which is pulling down a few different emails, basic texting, watching YouTube for a little bit, and all that kind of stuff every day. I don't really slam my phone that hard from day to day because I do work. I go into the office. I'm not going to be on my phone as much, but when I'm actually gaming, at home and I'm playing my mobile games and all that, I get about 4 to 5 hours out of the phone when I'm really hitting it, doing all my gaming that I like to do on my phone now. There's definitely one thing to be said about the standby time. The standby time is actually very good. I only lose somewhere around maybe 20% or so on average if I don't plug up my phone at night. Not bad at all. Oh, the camera. So as you guys know, we have a set of lenses on the back of our OnePlus 7 Pro. You have the 48 megapixel, which is the main shooter, the 16 megapixel wide shooter, and I believe the 8 megapixel telephoto. If I'm wrong, I'll put it here on the screen for you guys to know. The camera, of course, is very good. I took a few pictures as I was bouncing around the park the other day with my wife. And yeah, it's really good. Of course, the selfie camera, which I told you guys already from the unboxing, some people thought it would be a gimmick. It really does work very well. The sliding up and down feature may not be for everyone. Yes, that is an extra mechanical moving part in the phone that has a tendency to break. But honestly, I think OnePlus has really thought this through. I really don't think this thing is going to break anytime before I'm ready to replace the phone. One thing about the camera app itself is when you open up the app, you get your set basic controls and basic modes that you swipe back and forth. You see your photo, your video, and all that good stuff. However, if you swipe up, you're going to see all the modes that you're usually used to seeing in all the other apps. That includes a panorama and also a very nice pro mode, which comes with a lot of good manual features that you can set and lock in for your camera, including a profiler so that you can save all those settings to a profile so you can quickly get to them whenever you need as you're out and about. It's definitely a pro DSLR-like feature that they've now included into a phone. That's pretty nice. All right, so to wrap this up, the OnePlus 7 Pro is an upgrade across the board for me. Of course, I'm coming from an older S8. If you're like me and you're coming from a phone that's over 2 years old or 2 years or older, then yes, this is definitely the upgrade that you want. If you're thinking of getting a new phone right now and you're not trying to spend over $1,000, there you go. So thank you guys for watching this review. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in another video on anime or tech, sometimes life in general. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. See you in another video. You have a good one. Bye.